Meet Kirsten, Andisa, Demi, Emma, Claudia, Hannah, Lauren, Ilse Lee, and Michelle. I'm Alice. I've roped all of these creative individuals into helping me do research through recorded interviews, all of which have been categorized into a video series for the sake of my undergraduate thesis. I'm looking at South African feminist art and other creative products, analyzing the importance of their power in igniting a conversation both on a global scale with the added use of new media and within the country itself. I turn to the voices of my generation.
'Cause we've got nothing, no, we've got nothing to prove.
I think at the moment in South Africa, people, more than art specifically, change people's perspectives or have an influence on the idea of feminism, but I think people through their art.
If it's the right type of people driving those messages, I get really passionate about it because that's what needs to be said and that's what needs to be heard.
Cecile Emeka, she wrote a poem, it's called Fake Deep. It's a feminist poem and it is the most beautiful poem I've ever heard. Like, I'm hoping that one day it'll be taught in schools because it's just so perfect.
I see people like Yolandi Visser in mind, which is a bit twisted, but also cool and fine.
My mum also got me onto reading Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and I mean, I think she's like the mother of modern feminism now. She's inspired so many people, and especially bringing feminism into African culture, which I think can be a very difficult thing to do.
Another person is PJ Powers. She's like the old lady of like strong feminine power, which is nice.
My mom is lesbian as well, so I've been drawing a lot of inspiration for my art from her. She's involved with helping women in the townships who are kind of threatened every day for being lesbian and for being women in the first place.
Brenda Fassie, yeah, and basically just all those strong women that shaped and changed the industry since they've been around, yeah.
All of those sort of behind those technical aspects like the scripts and those sort of things, especially with television and film, those aren't necessarily done by women, and I think we need more women in those parts.
It's also hard because there are many cases of the black female or the whatever being celebrated, but the person behind the camera is a white male.
I've been to a couple of castings, I'm going to one just now as well, and I know that I won't get the role because I'm too fat. I'm fine with it because I love food, but the problem is that I've got a drama degree and I'm going against people who look like the part. People get these images, so then they start buying into them, and then the people giving the images feed off that response. So it's quite a vicious cycle that needs to end.
I think being in a male-dominated society, it's about being taken seriously for your art and just as a person in general.
Well, I think my biggest fear is actually selling my art.
I think the art industry can be a really damaging, sort of soul-crushing thing because it's just like the best way to kill any sort of creative instinct by bringing money and competition into it.
I've kind of struggled and started to think that I should make two kinds of art, you know, like art that can be sold and art that's actually dealing with the issues that I feel are important.
Yeah, we also wanted to make a space where people, like smaller artists, felt comfortable like showing their art when they maybe wouldn't normally have, like it's just art from their diary. And I think also because it's something so global, it's a really good way for people to communicate from absolutely anywhere.
And knowing that feminism is kind of like a more global movement, it gives you kind of a support system. You know, you have an opportunity now to, you know, stand with people that have the same kind of passion as you. People writing about it, people posting things about it, people creating a higher consciousness about it.
That's always a good step when the previously silent slowly begin to speak, you know. It gives us pause to think about what we assumed about them. The more we talk about these kind of things and the more we learn and hear different voices instead of one perspective, sort of just the Western perspective. I think the more we can help change things, fix things, you know.
I suppose, like Rookie Mag and those things, a lot of those, I suppose the internet makes those things universally accessible as well. So I think that's an incredible tool, and I think that's a really valuable thing. But I think that's at the very basic, your day-to-day world, I don't think it's being pushed.
Big ideals do correspond and correlate, and we should be having sort of global conversation about that. But at the same time, South Africa has very specific ideas. You know, we should be empowering young girls, and it's different young girls with different views. We need our own, we need our own women to step forward and take it further.